Hello and welcome back to cyubeVR. As you can see, today is my 3rd anniversary. It was actually 2 days ago, but yeah, because of my schedule, my release schedule, it is actually today that we celebrate. Yay! Patchy, 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 patchy. It's actually been 3 years since I started this world. It's really interesting. That also means that I have my PC for 3 years. In those 3 years, a lot of stuff happened. I hopefully increased my English skills so that I'm easier to listen to now. At least I shouldn't be as awkward as I was when I started, because I watched my first Let's Plays from when I started in 2019 and they were really awkward. I'm still not really perfect, but I have fun. I hope you enjoy it. And yeah, I would say thanks for being with me. Maybe even for all of those years. Maybe you just joined recently and watched all of my videos. But yeah, like the last years, let's do the annual watch of the server or the world. How it became, how it started, where we are now, what will come next. A lot of things happened. So today is one of those reminiscing episodes. I like to do stuff like this because sometimes looking back at all of your fond memories is really nice. Right now it's getting dark. I don't want to do this in the dark. Let's go. I should have a day block somewhere here, I guess. I'm not sure. Yeah. As easy as this. So. As long as you know what you're doing and how you can get it, mods are really so awesome. See, mods are a thing that got added to the game after I started this Let's Play. So this is where we started. This is our starting chest. I still remember I started my world here and it just began to snow. Yeah, you're watching that. Yeah, your head movement is also something that got added over the last 3 years. Let's update this chunk. And yeah, when I started I was here. I couldn't even see this mountain because back then I still had my 20 chunk view distance. So I just walked around here and then at some point I found this mountain. It was like, oh wow, this looks cool. I want to build something here, and that was an instant find. Usually you're supposed to walk around a bit more to find the perfect place where you want to build. But this was love at first sight. And then I decided to make this lake here with this little cabin on top of the lake. That's one of my first builds in this world. Not the most beautiful, but that's okay. Took me a while to get the whole lake, because back then we didn't have any mods. Yeah, that's right. I had to walk around a lot to get all of my blue flowers just to make the water blocks. I know that I got lost like in the earliest episode, I think episode 3 or 4. And yeah. Then at some point I made this lake and I added some glass to it. Sadly, the glass reflection is a bit strange, so that's not so perfect. I still like my bridge though. It's still pretty nice. So then this was one of the first houses that I made. Not the most beautiful, but it does have complete interior design. That's one of the only builds that I have using this. Then I started to build this house. This was supposed to be the mayor house. And it was here when I first started using the bucket for flying. I used it and I was like, ooh, wow, ooh, that's complicated. And nowadays, it is hard for me to not use the bucket. So every time I explore or I go somewhere, I always have my bucket active. It's like became second nature to just activate the bucket every time I walk over an edge. Then at some point I built this windmill. I still like it. It is pretty nice. Then I had this fountain here, which also came pretty early. Either stuff like those wooden blocks, the path, that was also pretty early in my Let's Play. Those new lanterns are pretty new because of the shimmer stones that we got pretty recently. Like half a year ago? Time goes by so fast. Then at some point I built this bridge. And for this I made actually a mining shaft in the mountain. That's something where we should go to. The mining shaft took me like 2 episodes to make, and now I don't use it. Because I thought that it would be easier to use a mining shaft and not the bucket. Here it looks pretty nice. Put some effort into the design. And then there's just this huge hole. Okay, so. I still like the fact that this looks a bit like when you're entering the TV world in Persona 4. Like it's a spiral of light. And at the end of the tunnel, you can see the light. Oh, looking up is actually exhausting. I'm getting older. I'm too old for this. Grandpa Chibi Archer. Maybe I should rename myself to Chibi Grandpa. Maybe it's just because it's still pretty early in the morning. Or maybe I just overworked myself a little bit, so the muscles in my chest are hurting. Because looking up shouldn't hurt your chest muscles. I'm pretty sure that's not how human bodies work. So... here I made this little place. This looks actually pretty nice. I just got an idea for something. I could make something like this. I'm simply in the middle of the woods. Like a creek fountain or something. A well. It's not a fountain, it's a well. It's like something like a creek well in the middle of the mountain, middle of nowhere. This could be nice. It's a really fast and simple thing to do. So here we can watch at our little village from up here again. Oops. I didn't want to jump down. You can see a bit of the temple where we go later. And here we see our watermill, the windmill, the church, my Evangelion. It's really nice. Back then, even before we had any mods, I also made this observatory here. It doesn't look so nice. It's, I don't know, something that's a bit strange. But from up here, we can actually enjoy our view. Right now it's 300 chunks. There's no world there because I want to get new biomes there. And when I got my new PC, I got a lot more power, and that's when I started to increase the view distance. Oh, I like how those clouds look. And yeah, then we got the performance update where we got almost infinite view distance on almost every system. So I didn't have to brute force my way to high view distance. I could just use it normally now. And that's when I started exploring. I explored the desert first, so I walked till there to the green outline. And then I just walked over the desert to get as much world as possible. Took me like 10 hours in total. Back then still on foot without any bucket. Nowadays I would just fly over it and that's it. But back then that was not an option. Because in the beginning I just didn't want to use the bucket. Oops. So. This one is a pretty new build. Like a month old or something. A little Mayan temple. It is a pretty simple build, to be honest. So not really that complicated. But that doesn't matter. I think it looks nice. Now for the desert temple, where I've been renovating for the last 2 episodes. That was also a project that took quite some time. Because I knew that I wanted to make a temple. And I knew it was supposed to be here. But I still had to cut out a lot of stuff. So I had to cut out this area. And back then we didn't have a cube painter, so I had to do this by hand. By shoveling away all of the sand. Wait, where am I? Am I here? Okay. Shoveling away all of the sand and then the stones. Took me roughly 4 hours to remove everything. So yeah. It's really interesting to see how much those mods actually changed our lives. So here I tried to replicate some almost decreased rune. Little gecko. Cute one. And then we have this nice little temple entrance. And I must say I still love it. Here I made my little maze. And after I did the renovation, I really love it. It's so nice. I really like the color. Really nice, nice. I have to go out here. I like it so much in here that's not healthy. Let's go. Also, one of the first things that I built was my stairway to heaven. My little heaven sphere here. There it is. the staircase made of glass. I melted a lot of sand for this. Even though now we have creative menu and cube painter and block factory and whatever, I still use my time to craft the blocks because it's just more fun. I don't craft my colored blocks for pixel arts anymore, but for every other building I just craft my blocks. And my Evangelion is all handcrafted, so there's no mod block in there. Because the Evangelion started even before I had any mods. I collected a lot of flowers just to make the colors and the blocks. So, really nice. And I still hope that I at some point can complete my Evangelion. Now that I start a new job pretty soon, I don't have to work in shifts anymore. Then I should have, in theory, a more regulated life, and then maybe I can start... Oh, there's a chicken that I made. Start maybe having the schedule that I built on my Evangelion every, let's say, Wednesday or something. In theory, I could record my videos after work every day from like 6 to 7 p.m. Render them till 8 p.m. And then I could just, build on the Evangelion from 8 till 10. Then go to sleep till 6. Wake up, maybe add something, stuff like this. And maybe I could also start streaming in the middle of the week. Something like a Rage Thursday or something. A coworker of mine wanted to do this. Or a Drunken Friday, stuff like this. Well, I don't drink, so that's out of the question. And don't drink and play VR. Playing VR while you're drunk is not really nice. So here's a little bench. Can also see at our little village from up here. Looks pretty nice. So this is also a pretty new addition. An observation tower. It was a lot of fun to make this. So this is all glass. So standing here in the middle of summer is torture. Nah, it's all cool. We have UV blocking foil on the glass, so it doesn't heat up that much. But yeah, from up here you have a really nice view. That's why I made this bench here. It's really nice. With my view distance, it looks really nice. It doesn't look so far if you see, there could be more, but it takes you like 10 minutes to reach there. If not even longer. I mean, that's more than 2 miles. So that's a lot of distance. I really like to have exploration streams where I just explore my world. Loading more and more into it. Which increased the size of my world. Now we got some save optimization for the save files, so it's not that big anymore, but it's still about 60 gigabyte for the world, which is pretty big. So this was a somewhat spontaneous project. It's a Minecraft chicken. Looks pretty nice. Maybe, maybe not. It's not so bad, I think. So. Then we have one of the biggest projects that will never get finished. That is my school / community building / storehouse. That's everything and nothing in all. Building was fun, but yeah, I have mostly done the first floor. So the first floor is more or less complete. Yeah, more or less than more. But it's still pretty nice. I mean, I have my storage area there, so that's it. I can expand on this in the future anyway. So, and then we have this shrine here. Took me a while to make. And I still think that looks pretty nice. A little Tori. Then we have the first level here. And here's the second one. This was actually a project that I planned in my German world. But it didn't become a reality. Because of a Windows update, I had to wipe my disk and I couldn't make a backup beforehand. So I had to use an older backup where I didn't start with the temple. No, it wasn't in my German world, sorry, it was down here. I first wanted to make this temple underground, so I dug a really big cave out in here. And yeah, it didn't work out. So here we have a watermill. Also one of my first builds, but looks pretty nice. I still like it. And I had a lot of fun and spent a lot of time in this world. I once had this bunny here, the first bunny, and I needed a name, and someone said, just call it Braten. It's German for, yeah, food, baked food, so baked meat. So yeah, I called it Braten. At some point, Braten escaped, so I had to get another one. And after the fourth Braten, I just stopped counting. It's like in The Witcher. Geralt's horse Roach is always Roach. No matter if it's Roach number 2, 3, 4, it's always Roach. Simple as that. I think I didn't talk about my church. As you can see, the church looks really nice even at night, with some really nice background. I made a church a couple of months ago. Was a lot of fun. And I just used a real world picture and tried to replicate it as good as possible. And I think I made a pretty decent job with this. I really like it. You can tell me in the comments what build you like the most, and maybe you have some ideas what I could make next. I was planning to build something like a train station. I found a pretty nice Minecraft train station that looked pretty easy to make, and I just would need a place to build it. I could maybe expand a bit more on this. Yeah, maybe where I started with my UFO there, I could expand my way and then just build a train station there. Or I could expand in this direction and place it somewhere in here. So that I remove a bit more stones. And then just like here and just cut it in here. That could work. So I would just expand my way in this direction. Then just cut out a lot of stuff here and then build the train station. Sounds like a good plan. Maybe. Just because it sounds good doesn't mean it is practical. And I just wanted to make a few more pixel arts. There's actually a mod to record your building, like having an external camera, but it doesn't work right now, so yeah, no pixel arts from me, sadly. But that's okay. I really like this world. At some point my Evangelion will be completed, which will be awesome. And I really hope that you will stick with me till my Evangelion is completed in the year 2050. No, I hope that it will be a bit faster than this, or a lot sooner. And yeah, I'm really glad that you started to watch my videos, that you joined my videos, maybe joined my community, and yeah, just watching my videos, every now and then commenting them, really helps me because it's really nice to see that people enjoy what I do, and it's a lot of fun. cyubeVR is mostly like a vlog for me, because it is so nice and relaxed. You can just build something. Oh yeah, I never showed you this. Now, the deer can actually walk up slopes. So they don't just magically stand up. Now they can go up and down. As you can see here. It's not perfect yet, but it looks way more natural now that they can actually adjust to the surroundings. So yeah. I was at my vlog here, because cyubeVR is such a nice, peaceful game. Just talking about my everyday life is really nice. I hope you enjoyed this, and you are not too annoyed by me ranting about random stuff and yeah, just talking about what I do every day. For me it's actually pretty nice to share this with you and know that you listen to my stories, maybe. But maybe you're just more interested in this beautiful game. Which I can understand, I really love cyubeVR. Spent more than 670 hours in the game right now. I'm pretty sure that I will reach 1000 hours at some point. There wouldn't be that much exploration streams. But once I start building on my Evangelion again, then it will accumulate some hours. Usually I work like 2 hours on my Eva before I lose interest, because it's really tiring and a lot of concentration used, because you have to count all the time. Yeah. 3 years. A lot happened. In those 3 years I changed my employer 3 times. So right now I'm at my 4th employer since I started with this Let's Play. Let's hope that I can keep my new job. Or that I don't quit. I always quit it. I never got fired. I always quit myself. And one time when I technically got fired, it was because the whole company was shut down. And even then I already had my resignation printed. I just had to give it to the chef, but a week before I could resign or quit, he actually, yeah, quitted the whole company. The bunny is actually keeping the deer in check. Interesting. Overall, it's such a beautiful game. Usually there are not really that many bugs. I'm on the beta branch, so I can spot the bugs before they release. So usually there are not really that many bugs. There are still some known bugs that can't be replicated. But other than this game is really nice and bug-free. And it is still my go-to place when I just want to relax. Starting a new world, just walking for 10 minutes and enjoy the mountain view. The landscape is just really nice. Yeah, my goals for the next year would be to maybe hit 2000 subscribers. At some point I really want to get my verification checkmark, so I still have to work a lot more to get this 100,000 subscribers. But it's not really that necessary for me. The most important thing is that I have fun recording the videos and that you have fun watching them and that we can just enjoy a nice time together. I'm wobbling a lot with my head, sorry. It's just when I relax too much, I start to wobble with my head and relax my body too much. Sorry for this. So yeah, today was just a talking video. It was my 3rd anniversary. It is a really happy occasion. This time I didn't start it as a premiere, because when this video would premiere, I'm sitting in the airplane traveling to Japan, so yeah, I can't participate in the chat. But nonetheless, this is a really beautiful game. I love it, and I hope that we can enjoy the next year together as well, and that at some point we'll have maybe a 0 behind the 3. I don't think that I will survive this long. I could. I would be retired then. In 30 years? Yeah. Hopefully I'm retired in 30 years. And more hopefully still alive. But yeah, I don't plan on dying in the next 10 years, so you could technically still be pestered with me for the next 10 years. So yeah, brace yourselves. You can't get rid of me. Anyways, thanks for sticking with me. I hope you enjoy me, my content, and cyubeVR. And thanks for watching this video. And till next time, please stay healthy. Bye!